So at the end of the video, I'm going to cut back to this, and I'm going to give you my overall thoughts, but I want you to see my live reactions to playing with him and testing him out, because I thought some of it was kind of interesting. But if you want to just see that, cut to the end of the video, and you can get my kind of synopsis. Should we check out Albedo quick? Should we take a little peek? We are going to start doing wishes right now. We're going to start doing wishes right now. Oh, boy. Oh boy, here we go. This is a big moment. Albedo, are you trash or are you treasure? Let me see. Let me see here. Okay. Perform up to 5 rapid strikes. Consume a certain amount of energy to do a double sword strike. Okay. So that's like, is that like ka-ching? Ka-ching! Ka-ching! So it's kind of like ka-ching. It's kind of like ka-ching. Okay. Okay. Very good. Alright. Albedo creates a solar isotoma using alchemy, which deals AoE geo damage on appearance that scales off Albedo's defense. This is a defense character, so easier to kit, a little bit easier to kit, and very tanky. Will do damage based on defense. Does it say the scaling amount? 214% of your defense value for the transient blossom damage. Okay. So, I mean, that's a pretty big multiplier. If you stack a bunch of defense, okay. Okay, so going to be a tank character. Transient blossoms can only be generated every 2 seconds. So... Okay, so you put this down, and then it's going to generate these every once in a while. Every 2 seconds, is that right? Oh, oh, should we do it again? Should we do it again? Okay. So, that thing is going to be hitting every 2 seconds. Only one solar isotoma created by Albedo can exist at a time. It is considered a geoconstruct. Okay. Now this one. Under Albedo's command, geocrystals surge and burst forth, dealing AoE geo damage in front of him. If a solar isotoma, or isotoma created by Albedo himself is on the field, 7 blossoms will be generated in the solar field, bursting violently into a bloom. So that one doesn't scale off defense. I wish it scaled off defense. Okay. Sure. So you would put your E down. You'd put your E down and then you'd use your Q. Alright, let's check this out. Transient blossoms generated by solar isotoma deal 25% more damage to opponents whose HP is below 50%. Woo! That's okay. Lots of enemies are going to be below 50 for a long time. Using Rite of Progeniture, Tectonic Tide, increase the elemental mastery of nearby party members, but... Oh my god! That's really good. That's really strong. This is just a passive. This isn't a constellation. 125 elemental mastery? You would never... Nearby... Does that mean your other character gets it? Hold on. Hold on. Elemental Mastery 307? Oh, he doesn't have it. Do your own party members count as nearby? I'm thinking that would be. It has to be. It has to be. Has to be nearby. That is very, very strong. Sucrose's is like 80 elemental mastery, and it's only if you use that element. This is a very good ability if that works the way I think it's going to work. And then when crafting weapon essential materials, he has a 10% chance of receiving double the product. Cool. Just like Sucrose. Okay. Let's check out the constellations here. Flower of Eden. Good. You're testing them out without any constellations. That's what you should have. You shouldn't have a bunch of constellations in there. Regenerate. Wait, what? Transient blossoms generated by Albedo's solar isotoma regenerate 1.2 energy for Albedo. So that's every 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds, you're getting 1.2 energy, I believe, because it blossoms every 2 seconds. Transient blossoms generated by solar isotoma grant Albedo Fatal Reckoning for 30 seconds. Each stack of Fatal Reckoning increases damage by 30% of Albedo's defense, and it stacks up to 4 times. Eh? Eh? Unleashing right of the plate consumes all stacks of Fatal Reckoning, increasing damage dealt by the tectonic tide and Fatal Blossoms based on the number of stacks. Okay, so you stack up his defense. You're getting defense boosting here. You're getting 30% of that defense, so he's going to be tanky. He's going to get some scaling off of that. You're going to stack it up to 4, and then you're going to one-bang everything at C2. Maybe. I don't know. Huh. Okay. Number 4. Plunging attack damage by 30% for active party members within the AoE. For C4? His C4 is some plunging damage? I mean, yeah, I'll ride the elevator up, but are you kidding me? This is the elevator support. Zhao? Yeah, Zhao. You can also go with Venti. You pop his E, and you just jump up in the air, and you just elevate like crazy, and you just keep elevatoring with D-Luke or something like that. Okay, guys. If you guys are wondering about the raffle, once I do my wishes, we'll do a raffle in chat. You gotta be here. You gotta be here. Alright, let's see C6. What is C6? If active party members within the AoE are protected by a shield, it increases their damage by 17%. Okay, you gotta be shielded to get that value. Yo, thank you so much for using those Twitch Prime subs. Thank you guys for subbing. Yeah, it's honestly C2. Honestly, this is one of those characters where I would say get C2 and stop wishing. Even if you want those other characters, like, if you get C2, move on. Do not be wishing. What I'm seeing here is he's got some potential. But even his C1, don't love his C1. I think overall with his talents, like this is pretty good. I think you can make use of them. With the Geo buffs, I honestly think C0. Yeah, exactly. C0, guys. This Elemental Mastery, if that's working the way I'm reading it, that is a lot of Elemental Mastery to be getting. Just built into your kit every time you use your Q ability. Right? If you're doing a bunch of melts and all that stuff. Woo! Could be wild. It does work the way you think. Okay, so if you have Albedo on your team with some energy, you essentially have 125 elemental mastery at all times. Wait. So that doesn't do anything until you attack. So it's like Xingqiu. It's like Xingqiu, or whatever. So it's giving me a burst of damage. So if I go like this... Oh! So it's giving me bursts of damage. And then what's this? Look at my energy! What the hell? Good AoE? Wait. How long does this thing last? Wait. What is the duration on this thing? Look at the cooldown. It's like instant cooldown. So he would just have it all the time? He would just always have it. What the fuck? That's kind of cracked. Damn. It's like 4-second cooldown. Okay. So one thing about Albedo is Geo is getting buffed, which is good. That's going to make him better as a whole. He's going to be a much better character. I view him as a support, and he really reminds me of Xingqiu. So this ability here, this ability is kind of like Xingqiu's like ultimate, where it infuses your basic attacks. So whether I'm using Shangling or Albedo and I'm basic attacking, it's essentially going to suck that element over and it's going to apply it and do some bonus damage. And I think that's kind of cool because it's a very passive thing and it lasts forever. Like it's so long and it's always on cooldown. You place it down, you can attack like crazy, move over here, place another one. It's like 100% uptime, and it's just bonus geo damage, and it creates a lot of shields. It creates a lot of energy. Now, the nice thing about Albedo is at C0, I think that he is a very good character. C0. You don't need C1 and 2 and 4 and 6 to make him good. If anything, I think that C4 is kind of weak. You're getting plunge damage, which is cool. Maybe you could use this with like Zhao down the road. He can jump in the air and slam down. You know, you could use this, but I don't think that that's that great. And then C6, it's cool and all. You get some increased damage, but I don't think that the constellations are end all be all, make or break. I think at C0 he's gonna be a valuable character, and one of the reasons why is because this one right here. This thing is kind of nuts. 125 elemental mastery to any of the characters in your party every time that you use his burst ability. That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Adding that in, allowing you to do melts and vaporizes and all those different elemental reactions, this is a super valuable boost of damage. That's like sucrose on steroids. And it doesn't require any elemental mastery on his part. He doesn't have to build it. He just gives a flat amount of 125. That's like a maxed out gold artifact of damage, of elemental mastery. So that is pretty damn good. Now, the other thing too is his ability does scale off defense. His main ability does scale off defense. So you can use some of your trash artifacts on him and it's a little bit easier to kit. But some of these defense artifacts that are kind of defense-based characters, I don't know, because I don't build them that often, how good they are. So I don't want to bait people and be like, his damage is amazing. I haven't fully kitted him out with defense yet. But I think it is interesting, and if you just build him as a support with some defense artifacts, I think he could be pretty good. You can use some of those trash artifacts and get some extra value out of it. The energy cost on his burst is 40. So that means you're going to be able to use that burst all the damn time, which is good. His recharge is pretty good. The cooldown on it is low. You're going to be able to pop this thing very, very frequently, and I think that that's pretty cool overall. Now, the big question is, should I wish on this banner? And, again, test run. You got to test run to see if you like the feel. But the one thing I'll say is, if you did get an Albedo, even though Geo right now might not be the best, the Geo buffs do make it pretty damn strong. It actually might be one of the stronger elements long-term. The elemental reactions aren't amazing, but the resonance, if you're using 2 Geo characters, can be pretty cracked. If you use the main character, pretty cool. If you're using Zhongli with, after the buffs, if you're using both of them, lots of shields, it could be pretty safe. There is some potential there. If you get Albedo, that's cool. You're not going to be, raging about it, I don't think. But here's the big one. is if you're wishing on this banner, S tier support, S tier support, probably with C1 like high B plus or A, even S tier if you get a bunch of constellations. All of these supports are absolute top tier, like incredible, especially if you get constellations. If you get a maxed official, she is a 6-star champion. If you get a maxed out Bennett, incredible. Even C1 Bennett is amazing. If you could get C1 and C1 on those two characters right there, Sucrose and Bennett, you're laughing. And so, you know, if you do need some support characters for your main DPS, it could be worth it. But again, test the damn characters. See if you like them. I don't think that there's any disputing Bennett is worth it. Like, if you don't have a Bennett, it is probably worth trying to use some Primo Gems to get C1 Bennett. Even if you have C0 Bennett, still really good. You know, one thing you could do is use your normal wishes that you get, see if you get any characters there, and then maybe make a decision. But, you know, I think Albedo's okay. It's tough to say. I want to wait till everyone tests. This is just kind of my first impression. But my impression of these characters is they're amazing. So, if you need them, go for it. Go ham, in my opinion. You're not gonna hate it. You're not gonna be upset if you get like a cracked out official or Bennett. Anyways, that's it from me. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye.